Thank you.
There you go.
Can I just say that I went to high school just about a mile down the street here.
We're at Hollywood High?
North Hollywood High School.
Really?
Nice, hello. Husky, fellow Husky. And we didn't call it NoHo back then. No, we called it Let's Go Over the Hill to Hollywood. As quick as possible.
You called it Nowhere.
Nowhere.
So anyway, that's Blood Moon. This is a poem based on a play that was written for the screen originally by Francesca and myself 21 years ago. And that play was called Luna and Rosa. Inside the dark studio, the scent of Nag Champa incense lilting, a silver moon charm on a chain, a long smooth neck, Tibetan prayer beads, and a Coptic cross. The turquoise kachina ring finger slides the fader down. A cat named Moondoggy leaps onto the control board, in the mood for kitty love. The gentleman's gentle hand lifts her off and sets her down. The finger presses the red stop button. The reel of tape spins to its end, and the tape slaps the reel, flapping as it begins to unwind. Up at the observatory, the city lights of Los Angeles sparkle below, kiss Christ golden. A cassette tape is placed inside a boombox and set behind a rock, mingling with the morning air, distant sirens, and the low roar of traffic. Rewind one more time. A satisfied smile under high cheekbones and bleached white spikes upon his head. The therapist says, you're going to need more human contact with people like yourself. In the waiting room, James Dean catches his eye. Uncomfortable, still wriggling in their chairs, two shy boys facing mortality. His falcon, robin's egg blue, breaks down in afternoon traffic. He pushes it to the curb. A brown girl with black eyes watches as she presses carrots into a juicer. I'll have the honeymoon moonbeam dream, he says. The handicapped sign is stolen from behind the windshield. Parking enforcement officers place a ticket under the windshield wiper blade. She is lying in a sweaty mist in a dimly lit room, a teapot steaming. Her mother's hands are filled with radiant light, pressing cool cloths against the young girl's scarred body. He's at the pharmacy. Maybe you should just try one of the over-the-counter medicines. He's an experiment now, his arms poked and jabbed with needles filled with vague promises. I don't want to hear about sick people. The earth shakes and LA is in flames again. I went to see the doctor and I only left feeling worse. Can you please pour me the moon? This is the medicine I need, the one that feeds me. We were desert people before we were in this city, but now we need to find our way back home. Moondoggy drinks from the tap and walks across the keys of the piano, improvising free jazz. Cigarette butts in an overflowing ashtray, instruments and wires, a tattooed leather jacket hanging over the arm of a chair. She wears a flowered dress. James Dean walks in, orders the moon. My doctor recommended it. She recommends the observatory. A rising, full, blood, orange moon. I have butterflies. Breathing deep helps. He takes a hit from a joint, passes it to James Dean. God respects me when I work and loves me when I sing. Press record, this is the word. 4 a.m. He hears the sound of a fiery crash. Ambulances, cars melting together under a burning palm. He places the boombox beside the statue of James Dean. This one's for you, wherever you are. Tears on her face fade to melting wax on our Virgin of Guadalupe. I stole these flowers from the temple, discarded like yesterday's starlets, Hollywood style in this city of facelifts, where nothing is allowed to grow old gracefully. He hands her a silver moon. We will leave before the sun rises. We will give birth to rabbits. We will paint Van Gogh skies with our eyes and follow the signs. We will meet with the sages and the shamans and the trapeze artists who drank themselves into the ground, radiated by the blinding tests of Alamogordo. We will trade fill dirt for stained glass windows. We will find stone Buddhas in the garden of the angel wing cacti. Only a white man would think this place needs a church. Where the water is more precious than gold, we will follow the path to the center of the labyrinth, bury our own dead, blossom like trees, in ceremonies of cremation with gasoline and a book of matches, scattered to the wind while the domesticated animals make love like the wild creatures they were meant to be. There are no refills on the label. We will receive the medicine we need. We will not be poisoned by the stress of our torn century. Unafraid of dying, we will resist only dying of ennui. It's cocktail hour. Mushroom margaritas for all. We will stop for pictures at Pee Wee Herman's Dinosaurs while listening to T-Rex. Call me Rabbit Fighter, don't you know? A pile of blankets and pillows fill the back seat. Elvis Presley sings Blue Moon like a ghost. The moon is red tonight. We will never sleep indoors. As we laugh at the madness of sleeping between their walls, food always tastes better cooked over the fire. We will tell each other our wishes, and they will come true. I hope someone is writing this down. Once we were part of this constellation, and we will continue this conversation, find waterfalls in the most parched of places, shallow green pools, and we will finally stop burning alive. We will not scare each other away with our scars. We feel no guilt for the feelings we have felt or the cards we are dealt. We will follow the buzz of the bees, glowing like beeswax candles, wearing beads and big boots and hats in turquoise, tortoise boys, moon shadows, laughing as if nobody's watching but the moon, the mysterious one who waits for the night. It compels me to paint. I took the train, the desert wind, as far west as I could go, and then I took 2 steps back. I just couldn't think anymore or get anything done inside of that war zone. When the girls arrive from the Lower East Side, they will be bearing cornstarch and a flashlight for when they lose their keys. A family of small rabbits will appear to show them the way. I remember a dream I had as a child. My family was traveling through the desert in the station wagon. I could see the giant screens of the drive-in movies. We stopped at a tent. We got out of the car. Inside we went. We found a long banquet table with a feast laid out on top of it. Did we follow each other through all of these lifetimes so that we could meet here tonight on higher ground before the flood came down? If so, I'm grateful to have found you again, my family, my friends. I wrote something down, and I don't know what it means. Aloe vera, love era. As I said, I don't know what it means, but it seemed important at the time I dreamed. Why do we hate our scars so much? Proof of our trials by fire, the second skin we grew, tougher and more tender. If they say I've gone to a better place, I want you to stop them. For me, I've loved no place better. I don't need their medicine anymore. But I was just thinking, I have something you might like. But you have to be careful up there. You're about to see where you're from. A spiral. There's a spider. He's your grandfather. I've never seen a talking spider. Maybe I should tell someone. We don't care what people think. Only how they feel. Is this as far as we can go? You can go as far as you like, but if you stop now, it could take a very long time to get back to this point. You will keep trying until you get past this point, but you will never, as long as you keep starting over. I'm not a Buddha yet, but when will you be? It's always been up to you. There are two ways. You can storm through, or you can simply continue on your way. In the beginning, there was nothing living on this planet, only rocks and water and fire and air. It is born here to remind you of the way that it felt before you were burned. We're always trying to hold on to everything, especially to what they call life. A shooting star passes overhead. An insect lives only for a few days, or maybe it's 1,000 years. It makes no difference. Time is non-existent. A circle is always a circle, unbroken. It's always complete. There is still a paintbrush, and a tape recorder, and a juicer, and a hat, and a pair of big boots, a string of beads, and as long as you live, it's your duty only to love. So finish your work, laugh and cry, drink the moon, make your own magic. And maybe we will all be Joshua trees one day, dancing, still, against the wind, watching the blood-orange moon rising and setting across the vast panorama of our vision of each other and of ourselves.